Well, my name is Ron Berberian. I am born and raised in the city of Stockton, and very proud of it. It's been my home. I don't want to tell you for how many years, but a long time. I'm currently chairman and president of BAC Community Bank, a 52-year-old bank. I also own the Mercedes dealership here in Stockton, and I have a winery over in Yountville. So I'm really tied into this community, and so I'm here to tell you a little bit about my love for Besotes boats. So I'll go back to when I first encountered the boat, and I just told the story to Betty Besotes. And I said I was out here at this lad's marina getting ready to go water skiing one day with some friends. We had this little aluminum boat with an outboard motor. Lo and behold, here comes Charlie Russo with the most gorgeous Besotes boat I'd ever seen in my life. Just happened to be a Besotes. From that moment, I knew that somewhere in my life, I was going to own a Besotes boat. So years went by. I was very fortunate to buy my first Besotes boat. She's got to be 50 years ago, I think. And with that, I was going to restore it. I did that for a while, and when I finished, I noticed that I had a box of parts left over. So I felt, well, maybe this isn't my calling. I should find somebody professional to do this for me. Well, since that time, anytime a Besotes boat became available, I couldn't help myself, and you can call it an addiction, but I like to think of it as collecting something of art, because I think they're absolutely gorgeous boats. I got to know Charlie and George Besotes, two wonderful men. They're Greek. I'm married to a Greek woman, Dia, Spanish, and so with that, I started buying boats, and anytime someone came up for sale, I would purchase the boat. So I currently have 9. I can't tell you that I'm going to stop purchasing boats. I probably won't. I'm planning on putting a museum together here in Stockton, and to be able to display the boats. I would just tell you that I've been around a lot of boats all my life. I love the water. I used to live on the water, but this is a love that I can't say more than I'd rather have that than a piece of art on the wall. So with that, I can only tell you that I would continue to tell people, take a look at them, spend some time with them. They're fabulous boats, and Charlie and George did an incredible job, as did the Stevens brothers here in town. So it's a part of our history, a part that I really enjoy, and I will continue to be involved with Besotes as long as I'm alive. Well, today I'm displaying 2 boats. One is called Rebel Rouser. It's a 18-foot Eldorado model, and the other boat is, we call it the Bat Boat. And that's a unique boat. Fred Gellard was the original owner of that boat. He's the one that designed it with Charlie and George. I've had the opportunity to get to meet Fred and spend some time with him. And the reason it became a favorite, first of all, I've chased that boat for probably 30 years, and it never came up for sale. And the one year I didn't chase it, it went up for sale, and I didn't get it. But years later, about 15 years later, Greg and Sim Russo own the boat, and they have 2 of them, and they said, we couldn't think of a better person to own this boat. And with that, I acquired the Bat Boat from Greg and Sim. And yes, it is one of my most favorite boats because it's a very unique boat. Well, the Bat Boat, when I call it the Bat Boat, or whoever named it that, it's because it has a fin on the back. And when Fred Gellard first built the boat, he asked Charlie and George, he says, I love the Chris Craft Cobra, but I don't want a Chris Craft Cobra. I want a one-off boat that has a fin that goes off the back end. And with that, he designed it. They designed the cowling behind the engine, or over the engine, and built the fin. And when you look at the fin, the very top of it is no higher than the windshield. It just turned out to be a really unique boat. I feel very privileged to be the owner of that boat, and will continue to pass it down to my family as well.
What about the other favorite boat? Is there any other outstanding feature on it?
There is, because this boat, embarrassed to say, I think I bought this boat 40 years ago, and I'm ashamed to tell you that I've never had it in the water. But the boat was built, and they did some unique things with this boat. It has a Cadillac engine, and it has a steering wheel with the name Besotes in it, and I know that's the only boat built that way. The Bat boat's unique because it's a right-hand drive. All of the Besotes, maybe other than one, are all left-hand drive boats. But both of them are very unique. One of the things about Charlie and George is all their boats were custom built for their customers, depending upon the engine you wanted in the boat, how you wanted to look. He had different models. And again, when I look at them and somebody says, what's your favorite boat? When I'm looking at one like Shush Boomer, which is on the brochure that Charlie and George put out, that became my favorite boat. Then I look at the Bat boat, that became my favorite boat. So I would just tell you that every one of them is very unique in its own way. And eventually I hope to be able to display them all for people to see. So it's important to me.